I want you to imagine a bullet, but not a bullet made of lead, a bullet made of a collapsed star. It is microscopic, smaller than an atom, but it weighs as much as an asteroid. It is flying through space at thousands of miles per hour. And because it is so small and so dark, we cannot see it. We cannot track it. We would never know it was there until it punched a hole straight through the Earth. This sounds like science fiction, but it is a serious theory in modern astrophysics. These are called primordial black holes. We usually think black holes are born when giant stars die. These are stellar mass black holes. They are huge. But Stephen Hawking proposed a different origin story. He suggested that in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang, the universe was chaotic. It wasn't smooth. Some pockets of matter were denser than others. These dense pockets collapsed instantly under their own gravity, creating black holes before the first star was even born. Because they formed in the chaotic early universe, they didn't have to be big. They could be the size of a tennis ball. They could be the size of a grain of sand. They could even be the size of a proton. Hawking calculated that the universe should be absolutely teeming with these tiny monsters. There could be quadrillions of them drifting through the galaxy like a swarm of invisible bees. In fact, many scientists now believe that primordial black holes might be the answer to the biggest mystery in physics, dark matter. We know that galaxies are heavier than they look. There is extra gravity holding them together. We call this dark matter, but we have never seen it. What if dark matter isn't some exotic particle? What if it is just billions of tiny, ancient black holes? If this is true, then the solar system isn't empty. It is a minefield. And there is evidence. Astronomers have noticed that the orbits of objects past Pluto are being warped by something heavy. We call it Planet 9, but we can't find it. A recent paper proposed a terrifying alternative. Planet 9 isn't a planet. It is a primordial black hole the size of a grapefruit, hiding in the dark, pulling on our solar system.
So, what happens if one of these things hits Earth? Or worse, hits you? Let's play out the scenario. If an atom-sized black hole hit the Earth, it wouldn't destroy the planet. It is too small to eat us. It would pass straight through the Earth like a hot knife through butter. It would enter the crust, pass through the core, and shoot out the other side in seconds, leaving a microscopic tunnel of heat and radiation behind it. We might detect a sudden seismic shock, a tiny earthquake with no epicenter. But what if it hit a human being? There is a theory that this might have already happened. If a microscopic black hole passed through your body, you wouldn't feel a physical impact. It is smaller than a cell, but it has a strong gravitational field. As it zipped through you, it would compress the tissue in a tiny cylinder around its path. The friction would create immense heat. It would be like being shot by a microscopic laser beam. It would leave a track of dead, burned tissue. It could cause instant organ failure, or it could just leave a mysterious cauterized wound that baffles doctors. Some theorists have even suggested this could explain cases of spontaneous human combustion, a sudden, intense internal heat source that destroys the body from the inside out. But the scariest scenario involves a slightly larger black hole, one the size of a coin. If a coin-sized black hole entered the solar system, it would have the mass of the Earth. If it came close to us, its gravity would cause tidal waves thousands of feet high. It would trigger every volcano on the planet. It would rip the moon out of orbit. And because it is so small, we wouldn't see it blocking the stars. It would be an invisible gravitational ghost, wrecking our world without ever revealing its face. The universe is not empty. It is crowded with the ghosts of the Big Bang. We are drifting through a cloud of invisible bullets. Most of them miss. But in an infinite timeline, eventually, one won't. So the next time you feel a sudden sharp pain that you can't explain, don't worry. It was probably just a cramp. Or maybe, just maybe, you were just visited by a relic from the dawn of time. I am your host. Keep watching the shadows. Subscribe.